Hello viewers and welcome to yet another review. Today I will be taking a look at the newly released realistic racing simulator Grid 2, developed by Codemasters. Grid 1 was celebrated for its extraordinary attention to detail and hardcore gamer demographic. Will Grid 2 make a podium finish, or will it embarrassingly stall at the starting gun? I think I would be right in saying that story is very rarely integral to a racing game's success. More often than not, when I find myself playing a racing game, I just want to get into the action. Luckily, Grid 2 uses a fairly subtle system where you gain notoriety through viral videos and are quickly snapped up by big racing clubs. Luckily, unlike in say Dirt 2, I wasn't frustrated by the annoying over-the-top culture being forced down my throat. This time it's all pleasingly understated, making it more accessible to a broader audience of players. In the career mode, you are tasked with the ultimate aim of making a name for yourself and catching the attention of those who would help you climb the ladder. In order to do this, you must reach a podium finish in a racing event, or in the case of it being a one-on-one face-off, you must win first place. As you gain fans, you unlock more and more track events, and with the track events being won comes a selection of new vehicles to take out and race with. The gameplay found in Grid 2 is very similar to that of other racing simulators such as Forza or Need for Speed Drift. An emphasis is put on the player's ability to intelligently compensate for the weight of the car, and know when to brake and at what strength. Although you can drift, don't expect to be able to come at a corner full throttle and suddenly transform into a perfect apex manoeuvre. You must slowly approach turns in advance, yet at the same time you cannot be too careful or your opponents will overtake you. Furthermore, the game implements a rewind system that allows you to correct mistakes. However, there is a limit to how much this can be used, so don't go acting like a speed demon who knows he can correct any and every mistake. Moreover, the AI in the game are pretty average, I felt, not being stupid by any means, but at the same time nothing special. As usual, there is always one AI who is always far at the front that acts as the player's main rival. However, the AI did seem to be slightly more aggressive during one-on-one face-offs, using hostile tactics to try and knock the player off the road. Moving on, the graphics in Grid 2 are really where this game excels. There are two major points of interest I have with regards to the graphics. Firstly, the car models themselves are perfectly detailed, flawless, a true joy to look at. Clearly, this is where Codemasters have spent most of their time, and it really does show. When racing, real-time reflections are shown cascading across the bonnet of the car. It is a marvel if nothing else. The second point are the effects. When pulling off a drift, the steam from the tyre traction flies all over the place and just adds to that sense of accomplishment when the drift has been successfully executed. Also, the damage effects are nothing shy of spectacular, complemented with flying sparks as cars grind along the side of a track. However, if one negative must be brought up, it would be the low quality spectators that surround the racetracks. Although this is forgivable as this is nigh on unnoticeable when the car is in motion. Finally, we come to the lasting appeal, and as with any racing game, it all comes down to replayability. Every time you finish an event, your manager will urge you to try and do better next time. Additionally, there is a Steam integrated leaderboard that allows for competition amongst friends. You can even take the racing online and try out your skills against other real-world players. To my delight, this online segment was entirely segregated from the main game, so there were no annoying intrusions. Lastly, and unexpectedly for a game such as this, there is a split screen mode for some good old-fashioned local multiplayer fun. So, in conclusion, Grid 2 is an excellent racing title that doesn't sacrifice fun for realism, yet excels in both areas. However, be warned if you think that just because you enjoyed an arcadey racing game such as Mario Kart or Blur, doesn't mean you will like this. I award Grid 2 for Windows PCs an 8.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, see you next time.